Your values and lifestyles must match in order for you to be happy. The thing is that if you become really desperate and you have desperate thoughts about attracting love, if you have desperate thoughts about settling down and finding someone and pinning someone down to a relationship, you're going to create more desperation in yourself. And when you meet someone, you're going to come across as desperate as well because you really want to be in a relationship. How to attract love. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how to attract love. So something I say a lot in my videos is what you put your attention on, you get more of. So have you noticed that when you really want to find love, that you keep on seeing people all around you that could be potential love interests? You know, that's what I mean by whatever you put your attention on, you get more of. It's kind of like if you buy an item of clothing and you think it's really unique and really rare, or let's say you get a motorbike and you think it's really interesting and really rare, like let's say it's got a really unique color. When you get that, you start to see it everywhere, even though when you got it, you thought it was really unique, but afterwards you found it to be absolutely everywhere. And it's the same with the clothing. You know, you might have got a really unique leather jacket and then all of a sudden you keep on noticing people with the same kind of leather jacket. So if you want to attract love into your life, if you want to find out a good method on how to find the right person, and an exercise on how to determine the kind of person that you want, then I recommend that you watch this video on how to find the right partner. But basically in that video, I describe how you need to get very clear on the kind of person that you want to be with. You need to become very clear on the kind of person you want to attract. But something I didn't mention in that video, which I'm going to mention in this one, is that you need to be similar to the person that you want to attract. It's no point you saying to yourself that you want to attract someone who's got a really gorgeous body and yet you're someone who doesn't have a really gorgeous body, and let's say you're more of a couch potato and you're not very healthy. If you want to attract someone who looks healthy, who looks good, then you also need to be someone who is healthy and who looks good, because like attracts like. We tend to like people who are like us. So if you went on a date with someone who has a completely different body type to you, it's less likely that they're going to like you because you're not like them. And it's the same with things that you value and your lifestyles. Your lifestyles must match. This is something I talk about a lot, and it's from a previous relationship I had ages ago. And basically in that relationship, we had two very different lifestyles. I was someone who liked to do day things, very family things, like going out hiking, going for walks, doing like things like picnics and stuff like that, doing all those kind of family things and doing things during the day. Whereas my ex used to love drinking, used to love partying, and because of that, our relationship didn't work out very well. Another value that I had was monogamy, and this person who I was with was completely the opposite of that, and they cheated on me. So if you want to be happy, if you want to be in a happy relationship, you need to find someone who is like you. Now, I'm not saying that you can't change yourself. So if you do really want someone who has an excellent body, and let's say right now you don't have an excellent body, you can change parts of your personality and change parts of your lifestyle to match the person that you're trying to attract. Because the reason why you find those things attractive, like someone who has a really healthy body and does all the things that you find admiring, and that's what you want in someone else, then obviously there's a reason why you admire that in them, why you admire people like that, why you want to be with someone who's like that. And that's because deep down you want to be like that as well. So if you know deep down that you want to be like that as well, which is why you admire that in someone, then you can work on those things yourself. So even if you feel really sluggish and you don't really like doing things like going walking and hiking, but you would really like to meet someone who does those things, then it's completely possible for you to change yourself to become that kind of person that you want to attract. Because remember, like becomes like. Another famous phrase is birds of a feather flock together. And when you start behaving and acting like the kind of person that you would want to attract. Now, when I say behaving and acting, I don't necessarily mean if you're trying to attract a beautiful woman and you are very masculine, I don't mean that you should start acting like a beautiful woman. I just mean that you should start acting and doing the things that they like to do, especially when it comes to the things that like hobbies and lifestyles and values that you want to emulate and you want to have in that relationship. So you must become what you want to attract. So one of the big beauties of really like getting into this kind of stuff and really like becoming very focused on the kind of person that you want when it comes to what they look like, the values that they have about life and relationships, their lifestyle. Once you start paying attention to that and you get very clear on what it is that you want, you can do that by writing it down, like writing out the description of your perfect partner. Then what will happen is, because you're focused on it, you will start to see more and more people who match up to what you're putting your attention on. And that's how essentially you attract love into your life. You put your attention on the kind of person that you want, you start to become and do the things that that kind of person would do that you'd want to attract, and therefore you will attract love into your life. Wherever you go, you will start seeing people who are a match to that. So my last point on how to attract love is to enjoy the journey. It is a process. It might take a few dates, it might take a few months, or perhaps even a few years to find the right person. But the point is that you want to be able to enjoy the process. Enjoy getting better at understanding relationships, get better at understanding how to date, finding and meeting new people. Because even if you go on a date with someone and you realize you're really not that into them, you could still make a friend there. So really start to enjoy this process, because I find a lot of people are very, very desperate to find a relationship, to settle down. And sometimes they may have good reasons for that, especially if time is ticking on and you want to have children. But the thing is that if you become really desperate and you have desperate thoughts about attracting love, if you have desperate thoughts about settling down and finding someone and pinning someone down to a relationship, you're going to create more desperation in yourself. And when you meet someone, you're going to come across as desperate as well, because you really want to be in a relationship. So remember what I said, like attracts like. If you start to become desperate, you are going to be exuding off that energy. So it's best for you to enjoy the process instead. Focus on enjoying yourself, enjoying this experience of meeting someone new whenever you go on a date. Enjoy the experience of learning new things about dating and relationships. Enjoy the experience of not really knowing when you're going to meet that next great person. So when you start enjoying the process and you don't become so attached and so needy and so desperate, you're going to attract more people into your life anyway, because they're going to be able to sense the fact that you are really enjoying this process of finding someone. So if you are enjoying the process, you're going to create more things to enjoy, you're going to have more enjoyable thoughts. Whatever you put your attention on, you get more of. So focus instead on just relaxing a little bit, letting go a little bit, and just enjoying the ride. Another point I want to make is, just because I say let go and relax a little bit, it doesn't mean that you should, just wait for people to come to you. When I say attract, I don't mean you're just going to sit there and write a list and suddenly people are just going to, magically appear. That's not going to happen. What's going to happen is that you need to be very clear on the kind of person you want to attract and go on dates with people. Make an effort to at least go on 2 dates a month. And if you can't right now, then try and go on 1 date a month, or at least get the ball rolling. Start meeting people online if you've got an online dating profile. Or, start talking to new people at work if you're at a workplace that hires a lot of people and you can meet new people nearly every day. So just because I use the word attract doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. You should definitely take action. But the point is that you must become clear on the kind of person that you want. Remember the story I gave. I was in a relationship for nearly over a year with someone who just wasn't right for me because we didn't have the same kind of values, the same kind of lifestyles. And I've seen people in my own family even, who have stuck with people for way too long, for decades even, and they're miserable because they're not with the right person. They have opposite lifestyles, they have opposite values, and it makes the situation miserable. But because they're married to each other or they're too attached, they can't separate from each other because, there could be a number of reasons why they don't want to do it. It could be the fact that they've got kids, or it could be the fact that they've got lots of money tied into a house. It could mean they just don't want the embarrassment and they don't want people being nosy about their relationship if they do break up. So if you're still dating and you're still trying to find someone, make sure that you find the right person so you don't end up in a miserable, loveless relationship, because that's not going to be healthy for you and it's not going to be good. You need to become very focused on the kind of person you want to attract and become more like that as well. Your values and lifestyles must match in order for you to be happy. If you would like to get in touch with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop to get coaching with me. If you have any tips yourself, then please leave them down in the comments. Please like, please subscribe, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.